It's this story and bashing the radical Muslims that has them after me. They have the Federal Reserve of New York board member suing me right now. And I've been told, stop getting into Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac. Stop getting into the Muslims. Back off. Back off or you'll be destroyed. I'll tell you, it feels really good because it took him 2 months to get this stuff to break. And, of course, he probably wrote 7 articles on this. And I'd call him. He's our Washington bureau head. He's hiring folks right now. We've got our offices in just a block and a half away from the Capitol, overlooking the Capitol. And no one else will report this. They're too scared. People are too scared to report that McMaster was in there and prevailed with Trump last Friday to up troops in Afghanistan and spend hundreds of billions of dollars over the next 4 years on it. It's crazy. But we broke it with Cernovich, and it was announced on Monday. So that's why they're so upset with us. That's why they're so angry with us, because we're going to tell you what's going on, and we can't be bought off. We can't be intimidated. But I'll tell you, it's very paradoxical, best of times, worst of times, that I just love Trump and what he's doing on the economy and Americana and sovereignty and battling ISIS and bringing jobs back. I just get chills. And then it makes it worse. So if you already hate somebody, they do bad stuff, it doesn't really hurt you. You just fight them. But when you really care about somebody and you know what they're up against, you know they're getting threatened, you know they're surrounded, you know people aren't doing what he says, and then to see him start to capitulate and bring in globalists because they just weren't letting the government move. They had him in stalemate. They had him deadlocked. And so he's now dealing with them and getting us something but giving up something, and people aren't going to put up with that. They expect stuff he can't deliver. Our listeners want me, a lot of them, to tear into Trump. I'm just being a realist. I'm not endorsing what he's done, but I'm not as quick as, even Limbaugh to start tearing into him, because even Limbaugh's listeners are upset. Limbaugh's saying, hey, we hired you to drain the swamp. What are you doing? What are you doing work with Paul Ryan? And it all started with day 70 or so with that health care bill they went along with. So those videos are all up on Infowars.com. I'm going to be playing some of those Limbaugh clips. Let's, speak of the devil, let's go ahead and play a clip of Rush Limbaugh while we're getting Dr. Corsi on the line. Here it is.
Why is the president now suggesting a budget shutdown in September, October? If it's no good now, why is it good then? You guys were sent there to drain the swamp. There's a clear Trump agenda that just isn't seeable. It's not visible in this budget. And some people are getting concerned that there's more concern for bipartisanship and crossing the aisle, working with Democrats, than there is in draining the swamp and actually peeling away all of the roughage that is preventing actually moving forward here on so many of these issues that affect people domestically.
Yeah, but I think people look at the efforts of the last 100 days. I was with the president in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania Saturday. It took him an hour just to outline the highlights of the last 100 days. I mean, he signed more bills into law than any president in the first 100 days since Harry Truman. He's 13 different bills rolling back an avalanche of regulation and red tape on businesses across this country. 500,000 jobs have been created since the first of the year. And you mentioned the Planned Parenthood issue. I know that's emerged. The president recently signed a bill into law that ends the Obama-era regulation that blocks states from banning Planned Parenthood funding. Now states can ban Planned Parenthood funding like we tried to do in the state of Indiana. And, of course, the health care bill that we hope comes up soon actually defunds Planned Parenthood altogether while we repeal and replace Obamacare. So
I did hear that. I heard that
this president is fighting every single day to advance his agenda, and I couldn't be more proud to be standing shoulder to shoulder with him.
Yeah, I agree with Pence. It's just a fact that he's going to have to make deals with the Democrats. Ali Pak, who I really respect, has unendorsed him on some of the immigration issues. Trump was always going to reform immigration, but he's not going to let criminals and La Reconquista, anti-American, Islamicists, you name it, come in. But we killed half our kids with abortion in this country. We're going to have to replace the population. We need to do it with people that are integrated into the Americana system. And he's building the wall, and he is, going after people that are here illegally. But he's not what the media claimed he was, some racist that hates everybody. So just like a lot of Christians, and I'm a Christian myself, got mad at him that he's not anti-gay once he got in. That was the media saying Trump was anti-gay. And so a lot of super right-wingers said, oh, great, we love Trump. And I was like, hey, guys, did you see the convention? With Trump saying, let's be inclusive to everybody? Trump's a big tent guy. And so that's the bottom line here, is that we have a president for the whole country, not just for certain groups or for small subsections. Now, him wanting to go after Assange, absolutely terrible. He told Assange and others, if you got more WikiLeaks, release them. You want to indict Assange, President Trump? Indict yourself then. That's ridiculous. That's outrageous. And I know all the neocons and rhinos are pushing you for it, because then McCain will get off your back about Russia. He'll never get off your back. McCain funded the radical jihadis. McCain is the problem. You don't need to have him lead you around by the nose and have the tail wag the dog. Now we're going to Dr. Jerome Corsi,